Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly Connect. So in this video we will learn how to integrate BigCommerce and Zendesk. So our use case is pretty simple. When a new customer is added in BigCommerce, it will automatically create a user in Zendesk. Now BigCommerce is an awesome e-commerce platform and Zendesk is a customer service platform. So what we are going to do is, we are going to send the data from BigCommerce to Zendesk. But there is one minor problem. Of course, there is no integration between BigCommerce and Zendesk. So in cases like these, we need to bring a third app to properly connect them both. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate BigCommerce and Zendesk. And the best part of using Pabbly Connect is, there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen.
Okay, so to begin the process, first type pabbly.com in your browser. Pabbly.com. Press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Here hover on products and at the bottom you will find the option called as connect. Click on connect and then click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also create your own free account in just 2 minutes. Here, I would like to mention one more thing. Pabbly Connect offers a plan where this integration can be tried out absolutely free. So you just have to clone the template of its workflow, which is available in the description box. Once you clone the template, you will get immediate access to this amazing workflow in your account. Okay, so scroll down and at the bottom you will find connect. Here just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as BigCommerce to Zendesk. BigCommerce to Zendesk. Then click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as BigCommerce? Because we want to send the data from BigCommerce, that is why. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as new customer? Now new customer is basically a trigger event. So your obvious question is, what is a trigger event? Trigger is basically a if statement. It asks a question, if the condition is met, what should be done? For example, if a new customer is created, then what action should be taken by the system? Actually, there are more triggers like new order created, new product updated, and so on. However, in case if you don't find the trigger of your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com for the specific trigger that you want to build. But at present, I just want to send the data when a new customer is created in BigCommerce. Okay, so basically the gist of the process is we are trying to integrate BigCommerce to Pabbly Connect. That is why we are going to just click on this button, connect with BigCommerce. Okay, so in the new credentials, we have 3 blanks to fill: the client ID, the access token, and the store hash key. So to get all these details, let's have a visit to BigCommerce. Okay, so this is my BigCommerce account. So let's go to this part called as advanced settings. Click this. And then we have to go to this part called as API accounts. Click this. Okay, so in the store API accounts, we have to create an API account. So just click on this blue button. Here you will find 2 choices: create a v2 hash v3 API token, and the second one, create stencil CLI token. So we are going with the first one, create v2 hash v3 API token. Okay, so we are going to give a name to this API account. I'm going to give it as Zendesk integration. Zendesk integration. Okay, of course you can give any name according to your discretion, but I'm just satisfied with this one, Zendesk integration. Zendesk integration 1. Okay, so now in the API path, you will find the store hash key. This is your store hash key. Copy this bunch of characters and simply paste it here. This is your store hash key. Okay, so we have pasted our store hash key. Now we want the client ID and the access token. So to get these details, let's make some changes in auth scope. So since we are interested in dealing with customer information, let's change the status as modify. Okay, and then just click on save. Okay, so when you click on save, you will find the client ID and the access token. So basically you just have to copy this and simply paste it here. This is the client ID you want. Paste it here, and then we have the access token. Just copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so we have entered our client ID, we have entered the access token, and we also have got the store hash key. Just click on save. Okay, so when you click on save, you will find the webhook URL. Basically, it means that we have integrated BigCommerce and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so basically this means that all we have to do right now is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing that we have at present integrated this particular store in BigCommerce to Pabbly Connect. So this means that anytime a new customer is created in BigCommerce, Pabbly Connect has to capture this data. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let's click on this button, capture webhook response. Click this. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So let me go to BigCommerce and let me remove this and let me go to the store. Okay, so as I mentioned before, we have integrated this store to Pabbly Connect. So how about we sign out of this particular account, and I'm going to register myself as a new customer. Okay, so these are the details associated with the new customer. Okay, so I'm just planning to autofill. So the name of the person, the email of the person is 𝗪𝗵𝘆𝗣𝗯𝗯𝗹𝘆. Okay, and 5. This is the password. Okay, so I have confirmed my password. Okay, so the first name is, how about we change some details? Rainer. Okay, how about Rainer? Okay, and the last name is manually. Okay, and the company she works in is Tesla. This is the phone number, this is the address. Okay, let's remove some part of the address, it's too big. Okay, so this is the address line 1, this is the address line 2, zip code, I'm not a robot. And just click on create account. Okay, so the account has been created. And so let's have a look, since Pabbly Connect is integrated with BigCommerce, has it captures this data or not? Okay, so the API response is showing some data. For example, it is showing at the time at which the customer was registered. So this is the time in POSIX format. It's not really that important. And where are the rest of the details, like the customer name, the customer address, the customer email address, the customer phone number, the country in which the customer resides in. Okay, so these details are not available. So your obvious question is, where are those details? Well, actually all those information is present in this address. So basically we have to extract all the data from this address. Okay, so your next question is how I'm going to do that. It's actually pretty easy. So just scroll down and you will find this plus button. Click this. Okay, so when you click on this plus button, another window opens up. This is called as the action window. So in the Choose app, how about we make it as BigCommerce? Okay, so your obvious question is, why are we going with BigCommerce once again? Well, we have to extract the data. That is why. Now in the action event, since we want to extract the customer data from a particular ID, so let's make this action event as get customer by ID. Okay, so just connect with BigCommerce. Okay, so in the new credentials, we have the client ID, access token, and the store hash key. So as I mentioned before, we have already filled in all these details. So all we have to do is just go to the recent setting. So this is the recent setting. I'm just clicking on save. Okay, so we have a blank called as the customer ID. So basically we have to enter this particular data here. So let me introduce you to this button. This is called as the mapping button. Click this. Okay, and this is the address we want, and we have entered it. And all we have to do here is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so now the API response is showing all the data. For example, the company she works in is Tesla. The first name is Rainer and the last name is manually. And this is the email rainer12345@gmail.com. The phone number is this. And where is the address? Okay, so these are all the details. Okay, so we have got all the details. Where is the email address? Yes, this is the email address. Excellent. Now we are ready to sync all these details into Zendesk to create a user. So to do that, all we have to do is just again click on this plus button. Okay, so when you click on this plus button, another action window opens up. This time we are going to make it as Zendesk cell. This one. Okay, so now in the action event, how about we make it as create a user? Okay, so we have chosen the app as Zendesk and then the action event as create a user. So just click on connect with Zendesk. Okay, so now in the new credentials, we have to fill in the Zendesk username, Zendesk password, and the subdomain. Now you already know your Zendesk username, and also you already know your Zendesk password. Basically, all the email address with which you have registered is basically your Zendesk username or the email, and the password is your Zendesk password. Okay, so but there is one minor problem. You actually have to make some changes in Zendesk cell so that it can accept the username as well as the password. So let me go to Zendesk cell. Okay, so this is my Zendesk account, and here we have to go to this part called as settings. Click on settings. Okay, so scroll up and you will find API. Click this. Okay, so as you can see in the password access, it's the default mode is disabled. First of all, you have to toggle this to the right. Okay, so now it is enabled. So it is showing the password access has been enabled. So let's go to Pabbly Connect and let's enter our username. Mine is this one. The one, the right. gmail.com. This is my username, basically the email with which I have registered my Zendesk account, and this is my Zendesk password. Okay, now we have to enter the subdomain. Subdomain is very easy. Let's go to Zendesk. So basically all those characters in front of this point and HTTPS hash is basically your subdomain. So I'm basically copying my subdomain and pasting it here. Okay, so we have entered the username, that is basically your Zendesk email ID, and then we have entered the Zendesk password, and also we have entered the subdomain. But you must not forget to toggle this to the right so that it can be enabled. Basically the password access has to be enabled. Okay, so basically we have entered all the details. Just click on save. Okay, so when you click on save, a set of blanks has appeared in front of you. The purpose of this blank is very simple. We are going to create a user from the data that we have received from BigCommerce via Pabbly Connect. So before we sink in the details, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. Okay, so in the name, we are just going to click on this button. As I mentioned before, this is called as the mapping button. Click this and just we are going to type the name. Okay, so this is the name. Okay, and then we have the email. We're just going to type in the email. Okay, so if you want, we can enter some details. What are the details? For example, she works in the company that is Tesla. If you want, we can enter the phone number. So the role at present, this person came from Zendesk. Oh, BigCommerce. So I'm just going to type in as BigCommerce. Okay, for easy recognition. And then we have the role as end user. Okay, the organization is 𝗪𝗲. Okay, the 𝗪𝗲 is basically my organization, and we don't have any need for external ID, and verified yes. So just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing the data has been given to Zendesk. So let's have a look in Zendesk. Okay, so this is my Zendesk account again, and I'm just going back to settings once more, and then I'm going to click on people. Okay, so this is my people's page, basically the users, and as you can see, when you scroll down, you will find the person called as Rainer, and this is the email, rainer12345@gmail.com. Excellent. So the presence of this user in Zendesk shows that we have successfully integrated BigCommerce and Zendesk with help of Pabbly Connect. So how about we double check if our integration is working fine or not? So to do that, but before we do that, let me show you the whole gist of the process. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just minimizing my action window. And I'm going to minimize this action window, and then I'm going to minimize this trigger window. Okay, so basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated BigCommerce to Pabbly Connect, and then you integrated Pabbly Connect to BigCommerce once more so that you can extract the... Okay, so basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated BigCommerce to Pabbly Connect, and then you have used an action window to get the customer data from a particular ID, and then you integrated Zendesk to Pabbly Connect. So now there is a perfect flow of data between BigCommerce and Zendesk. Okay, so how about we make one more registration in BigCommerce? So I'm going back to store, and then basically I'm going to sign out. Okay, and I'm going to re-register myself as a dummy customer. So this is the name I'm going with, email I'm going with, and okay, so I have made some changes, and the guy's name is Aaron, and this is the password. Okay, I have entered the password. Okay, and the last name is Roger. The company he works in is Apple. Okay, so that's enough. So I'm not a robot. Just create an account. Okay, so an account has been created. So since Pabbly Connect has integrated both the BigCommerce and Zendesk, so let's have a look in Zendesk whether we have a person called as Aaron. Okay, so let's see whether we have a user. So let me refresh this. Okay, so yes, we have a guy called as Aaron, and he works in BigCommerce, of course, and he's from BigCommerce. This data came from BigCommerce, and this is the email address, aaronmanuel1991121123@gmail.com. Excellent. So our integration is working absolutely fine. This means anytime a new user is registered in BigCommerce, it will be reflected as a user in Zendesk.
Not just these two apps, you can integrate up plenty of applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Our dedicated team members will help you to automate your workflows. Or better, just visit our website www.pabbly.com. It's awesome. Thanks.